Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So, if you remember the Superfans video, the Lord of the Rings Superfans video that Amazon UK put out back in February, which was absolute bullshit. It had a bunch of so-called superfans sitting together talking about the upcoming show Rings of Power. But they'd also, all of these guys and a bunch of others had been flown out to, I think, Spain or somewhere to watch the first couple episodes. And it was a whole influencer event. Now, look what happened to this. It got absolutely ratioed to hell. They actually unlisted the video a while back, and this was back in February when it was unlisted as well, because they got so much backlash. Got 7,500 views almost. They actually got taken to Mallorca, to a freaking castle. Amazon paid for all these people, all these influencers, to go to a castle so they could watch the first couple episodes where they could react to what the Rings of Power was going to be. It's interesting because what happened is over on Ryan Kindle's channel, I checked out this video first. You can go check him out. I'll put the link in the description. He actually had a video of this person right here who was so excited, as I'll show you, about Galadriel and seeing what this show had to offer and how she actually loved Lord of the Rings. And she was such a super fan that she got to go to Spain to look at this preview. Let's take a look at what she's now said, because there was another video where she was on Instagram Live, I think, that someone asked her, is she watching House of the Dragon or Rings of Power? And for someone who talked about Rings of Power like she did, she was so excited for it. She wanted to see Galadriel. She just couldn't wait to see it. She wanted to see what it was going to bring to the original story that she loved so much. Well, let's see what she said.
I've seen a lot of talking about my girl Galadriel.
Yeah.
Galadriel, like. Oh. And I'm
So obviously she was very interested to see what Galadriel had to offer, because they featured her heavily in the trailers and the teasers, and they featured her heavily in the show, which a lot of people are not happy about.
so excited to just see this younger version of her, and there's so much.
So you heard her say there she was so excited to see it and really wanted to see what Galadriel had to bring to this show. Now let's see what she said in Instagram Live.
Which is better, House of the Dragon or Rings of Power? Well, I haven't watched Rings of Power yet.
So she hasn't even watched Rings of Power, but she was sitting there on a super fans panel where she got to watch the first, 2 episodes, I believe. And there's 4 now out. So she hasn't watched the other 2 episodes that have come out. When you see what she actually says further down the line, you can see it's pretty condescending towards the Rings of Power. So Amazon flies her out for free for an influencer trip to shill for the show, and then she throws it back in their face. She's such a super fan, she doesn't care to watch it and is condescending of the show. Wow.
Love that we're going so far back. Especially, I think there's something very cool with prequels in the way that they can make you love the things you already love even more. In the original film series, which I absolutely adored, but there are not many women in it, and the 3 women who are in it never speak to one another.
But I thought you just said you loved the original trilogy that was made by Peter Jackson. I thought you said you loved that, the original story. You loved it so much, but you didn't like that the women in it didn't talk to each other. That doesn't make sense.
It will be so cool to be able to see more female representation, to maybe see them actually interact with one another. Very excited to see it. We need season 2, multiple seasons, you know.
Well, I haven't watched Rings of Power yet. I don't want to watch them both at the same time. And House of the Dragon started first. So I was already taken, so I've got to wait. So I don't know. But so far, House of the Dragon's really good. So Rings of Power's got to do big things if it's going to be better than that one.
Did you hear how she just spoke about Rings of Power? Even though she was a super fan and got flown out to shill for the show?
Rings of Power's got to do big things if it's going to be better than that one.
She's like snarkily laughing at the show. Rings of Power's got to be pretty good if it's going to be better than House of the Dragon. This is someone who was sitting on a panel a few months ago talking about how much she's excited for seeing Galadriel and the show and what it's going to bring to the original lore. And this is a super fan. F*** you. F*** Amazon and f*** all that bullshit shill media. All of this is happening right now. The only thing that I have in common, well, not even really, because she's watched the first 2 episodes, but the only other thing I have in common with her is that I haven't watched the series. That's it. Because real fans, I don't know how you could actually sit there and watch the show knowing that, as I've detailed before, the actual lore that they have to use for the show is about 20 pages of references in the appendices of Lord of the Rings. Yeah, they have 150 in the appendices, but what references the time period that they have to go off is like 20 pages of reference. So if you're an actual fan of Tolkien, I don't know how you can watch this show. Unless, obviously, there's a lot of people making videos for it. Fine, whatever. But I can't bring myself to do it right now with the I think 5 minutes that I've seen. All these people that were sitting there months ago saying, we're so happy to be seeing this preview. We're so excited to see what's going to happen. Well, now they've just been exposed as fake fans because she's right here snarky and condescending to the actual show that has just come out because she started watching House of the Dragon first.
Rings of Power's got to do big things if it's going to be better than that one.
I'm very excited to see it.
Get wrecked. So there you have it. Fake fans from Amazon, Rings of Power show, Shills, whatever you want to call them, flown out to Spain to watch the first couple episodes. And then it turns out that at least this person doesn't even give a shit about the show because she's watching House of the Dragon first. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, share this video out there, and I'll see you on the next one.